Desmond Ridder as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Dolphins and the Hawks coming up next.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Miami Dolphins. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Dolphins in our ball game here. Bottom line, there are not many defenses in the league that seem up to the task to slow down their ground game. But this might be one of them, and in everything that they have said and done this week, they feel confident. Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And bottom line, when you're the starting QB, what is it?
Get the W.
Get the W.
They did that last week.
Right, you got that done. Wasn't always pretty. There were some great moments. He threw 4 touchdown passes.
But got to eliminate those mistakes.
Got to take care of that, because otherwise that could come back and bite him in another ball game.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Man
coverage is certainly a staple of their defense. It's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Fielded just inside the 20. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Cody Barton there to bring him down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
We always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Another good carry there for the NFL's 2nd leading rusher. And we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank. It doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. The Dolphins are 12-4 now on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Walker now on 1st and 10. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see. Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game. Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try for the first with Walker. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. And the first play will be a field goal try. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just a field goal. I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job. Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out. Because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. I guess that was a little better. He got back to the line of scrimmage there after the loss on 1st down, but now you're still dealing with a 3rd and long. So let's put on our offense coordinator hat. They've been very aggressive against the run the last 2 plays. I'm thinking screen right here. Let him come get the quarterback and dump it off. There could be some room to roam. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy. It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right.
is that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league,
and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Holding offense.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Here we go.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun, Walker with it. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
Here we go.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. He'll drop to throw. Open man downfield is Hill. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows to 10-0. The touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. He's still on his feet. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful. And that strength was on display there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And we can see on the next-gen stats, he picked up nearly 30 yards after that initial contact. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
2nd and 6. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
With that impact, I fully expected the ball to pop free. I still remember an old defensive back friend of mine. He used to say, guess what? Even if they catch the ball, make sure they have a memento to take back to the sideline.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
On the jump.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this is caught at the 8. Touchdown! From 21 yards away. And the Seahawks get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Fielded right around the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll look to throw now on first down. That's going to be caught by Waddle. He's got room at the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. From the gun, it's Walker.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown Dolphins. Cedric Wilson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now back to throw. Got a man. It's Judy complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they're back within a touchdown at 17-10. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Fielded just outside the goal line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We begin with an AFC matchup at MetLife Stadium. Jacksonville making the trip north to take on.
Only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs. So excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Fielded right around the 8. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal on their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Straight ahead, Walker. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Walker with another carry. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Ken Walker becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jordan Brooks coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, Can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And this one is incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Watch out for Hill on the return. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. And I know that they double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Down to about the 45.
Here we go. Hey, go here.
Again, it's Walker. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And a completion to Wilson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the fourth quarter. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. So a roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that one, that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Holding. Offense.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Ready? Get perfect. Hey, hey.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. That's another mistake there on the drop. forth, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And it's enough for a Dolphins first down. To the right side, this is Walker. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Good gain there on first down, and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's got room. 20, 10. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. 186 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offense.
And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
So the moment is finally at hand. What a season, CD. His 29th rushing touchdown of the year. No one in the history of the NFL has had more in a single season, and congratulations to him. What an achievement.
We certainly have the feeling early in the year, maybe week 2 or 3, where we talked to each other and thought this could really turn into something. But I don't know if either of us thought we'd get to this point. Maybe the best season ever by a running back in NFL history.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled
Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Back to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw here. And it's intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.